Hello guys and gals and welcome! So today, it's new character day. So we're going to be doing some new characters today, and I'm gonna give some people some time to hop in and actually have some fun with this. But for the purposes of new character day, we are going to do a little bit of magic finding in normal difficulty. I've got all my magic find gear on. I think I'm running like 300 and some odd percent right now. We can always double check that. But I definitely want to give people a chance to come in and play if you guys want to build a new character with me. I know oftentimes we get very far ahead, and when we get very far ahead, people can't catch up, and that's certainly understandable. But at the same time, I would certainly like to give people a chance to catch up. So if you guys are interested in doing new character day, I'm going to do a little bit of magic finding first. We're going to I'm gonna basically just start dropping items in the ground. So if you guys want to join this game is GGM1/16. I'm gonna put that in chat here. And my freaking keyboard died on me. The plug that charges it is completely just obliterated into nothingness. So unfortunately, it won't charge, which I'm just gonna buy a new one. Whenever the plug starts to break like that, it's the company doesn't replace it because it's not their fault, and it usually just gets worse and worse and worse until eventually the keyboard just stops charging entirely. I think maybe if I hold it this way to the left and then like push it up a little bit and like stick a paper clip in the top, I can probably get the light to come on and charge. But dear Lord Jesus, it's too much work. So what we're gonna start doing is I'm just gonna start finding some items, and we're going to drop them on the ground. And as I find more and more equipment for low-level characters, this will just be a way that we can fund those low-level characters, rings, amulets, low-level set items, things like that. And as we go forward, we'll pool it up, so to speak. And if anybody needs anything specific for their characters that they want to start, we'll certainly give that a look. As you can see, we've already gotten 2 rares, and we'll drop those on the ground. So we've got a nice combat skills barbarian with 6% mana steal, not bad. Only level 16 requirements. And a dual life leech throwing axe, not bad, with increased stack size. And it's an interesting thing. We'll just have some fun with it. What's up, Deviant Brute? How far you guys got? 316% magic find, Deviant Brute. I'm building it up. Level 79 so far. I've been doing a lot of magic find. I'm trying to fund gear fund for other characters. Right now we're gonna do new characters. It's new character day. We're gonna do new characters. 400. I'm just leveling now in bail runs. That's one way to do it. Oh, 50 poison damage, low level bow. With a socket, no less. Actually, my character has been decided by the wills of fate. Check this out, Deviant Brute. I'm gonna socket it, and I'm gonna put a Zod in it, and I'm gonna upgrade it, and I mean it's gonna take me a little bit of time, but I think that would be an amazing helmet for a. I'm actually gonna make a spear Zon. I also have another really nice spear. I just haven't given this to her yet. Some other interesting pieces of equipment for a spear Zon. Not a Javazon, mind you. This is gonna be an actual spear Zon. It's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm actually gonna see if I can make it work. And it'll be the first time I built this character on stream too, so it'll be fun. It'll be me trying to figure things out. Probably me dying a whole bunch. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go with one of the elemental tree skills along with a physical skill. So I'll probably go physical / elemental. I just need to figure out which one I'm gonna go with. Go kill Bale real quick. I'm sure everybody is having fun playing by now. That's the beauty of launch, launch week. Like in the first couple days, everybody's trying to get playing, and then toward the end, everybody's playing. That's what everybody's doing. They're playing games. Superior 2-socket kite shields. Nice. It'd be nice for early level. What, Shale F? What's up, Tigersley? I have no liquid nearby, sir. No liquid nearby. I knew you were going to do a hydrate. You always do a hydrate. I've got no liquids. No liquids. A 30-minute pass. How kind of you. How polite. I'm hoping for some of the really nice low-level uniques, the ones that we can use on newer characters like Rock Fleece and Hawkmail and Mage Fists and Frostburns and Lenumos sashes and all sorts of stuff. I'm sure we'll start seeing some unique drops here eventually. Started a sorceress today. Well, we're starting new characters today. If you want to come join us, I'm not sure what level you made it to, but we could all sync up. I think I have a +1 Sork amulet if you want it. Well, I'm in GGM1 16 right now. This is just a farming game. I'm just dropping everything in town. So if you need anything, if I find anything specifically that you might want, just let me know. I just found a 2-socket superior kite shield, which I figure could go good to some character. I'm gonna pick up any items that are of note as I walk through this this world, and I'll drop them all on the ground, and we'll use those to level up our characters. I've got some items stored up too that may or may not be useful. I mean, everything's useful at start, right? When you have absolutely nothing, that's not very great. It's level 18 requirement. Damage is gonna sucky. A partisan. Level 23. Go kill Bailey Alio. Come on, where's my good stuffs? I need good stuffs. I swear I've magic find so long ever since this game came out, and you start to notice the patterns in it. Like there's these little patterns that form, and the more you magic find, the more you start to see the patterns, and you'll go through these dry spells where like nothing will drop, and it's all due to the fact that this is all determined by a very kind of arbitrary system of random number generation, which was from back in 2000, and so there actually is a pattern to it. And you'll see sometimes like nothing will drop, and then all of a sudden you'll get like 2 or 3 or 4 uniques in a row, and it's just kind of how the cookie crumbles, so to speak, in Diablo. It always seems to work that way. Like earlier, I found a ethereal rock fleece. I was just doing some nightmare runs, trying to see if I could get a hold of some interesting pieces of armor. You know, things that can be used for low-level mercs and stuff like that, and dropped across an ethereal rock place. Went ahead and upgraded it. Now it's 845 defense and damage reduced by 10%, with damage reduced by 5. And now my merc is having absolutely no trouble anywhere because he's got more than enough defense for normal and nightmare, and he's got the physical damage reduction. So I don't have to worry about rezzing him all the time anymore, unless I die personally myself. I was actually even thinking about upgrading that again because I think Eth Rock Fleece, when it gets upgraded to the max level, is, I think it's like almost 2,000 defense, which is pretty darn good for a mercenary. Yeah, she smelled that meat. Yeah, a morsel of something is gonna fall on the ground, and she's gonna scoop it up. Scoop it right up. Alright, Bale, drop me something good. Drop me something good. I ain't got no potions. Why I ain't got no potions? .6% magic find with 15% cold resist. I'll put that on the pile with the rest. On the pile.
Oh boy!
The fact that the cat's name is now Ball Boy just it brings me so much laughter and joy. So level 9 belt. That's a level 9 belt for sure. Angelicala. Let's check them boots just to be sure. The boots could be like faster run walk or something. In a world where nobody has faster run walk. Well, no, they're not good. Bale, you better drop me something better than some glorious boots of gloriousness. Sir. Murky, get in here, Merc, and start stabbing. I 30% increases attack speed. Vengeance, Falcon. What's up, Side Tech? We're gonna make some new characters today. If you want to join in, I'm gonna drop a bunch of items on the ground in Act 1, and then once I've dropped a bunch of items, you guys can come in and pick through what you want. I've already got a couple items on the ground, but if you guys want to come grab jank, feel free. Basically just going through the motions here. And man, we'll kind of all start together. If you're not like exactly a brand new character, I mean, you can sync up with us at some point. It's up to you guys. It's a GGM1 password 16, and I'm gonna keep doing a little bit more magic finding here. This isn't the game we're actually gonna level up in. This is just the game that I'm magic finding in. So. Skull Splitter. Regenerate mana 20%, 15% chance of open wounds. It's a great little low-level regenerate mana item. Especially good for a character who has mana issues. We won't use that. That will come in handy. What's up, Grim? Are you Sci-Tech? Ah, okay. A level 27 Necromancer. Look at you. I might have a wand for you. What kind of Necromancer are you, Sci-Tech? What's up, Vegeta? Did you get that shoulder checked out? I know you got that wonky shoulder, always gets hurt in the Dragon Ball Z anime, man. You really need to get that checked out by a doctor. My doctor, doctor, give me the news. Why's my shoulder always hurt in every anime video? 3-socket kite shield, nice. Can turn that into an Ancient's Pledge. I know, he's got something seriously wrong with his arm. He needs to have that checked out. That's what I'm saying. Skelly Army? Oh, I do have a wand for you then, Sci-Tech. Give me just a minute, I'll drop it for you. I bought it from the NPC. It's a +2 summoning skills wand. My skillies are currently doing 124 to 127 damage, and with amp, of course, that's doubled. And you know, they're really nice. Help me understand what hero you play at what gear. What hero? Hero. I wanna be a hero. Yeah, it doesn't really fit. Diablo characters aren't heroes. They're just people. They're just people. They're just peeps. They're peeps. They peepin'. I mean, really, they're just like everyday, ordinary citizens of the world that decided to rise up and be like, look here, Diablo. We ain't taking this no more. Alright, y'all's raging across the countryside for way too long. We ain't gonna have this for another day. And if you guys don't like it, then too bad. You're just gonna have to suck it. And that's how it works. So I'm currently playing a Necromancer. Yes, that is correct. And Necromancers are the lords of the undead. I just got this at Walmart, by the way. I wanted you guys to see this. This is the Stay Puft Air-Blown Inflatable Halloween Man. He's 5 feet tall. He's pretty cool. I saw him at the place, you know, all blown up, and he's pretty sweet. Anyway, so the Necromancer specifically deals with the undead, the ability to manipulate corpses, and the ability to summon forth spirits of the undead, and so forth and so on. And his skills mainly revolve around the undead. Even when he's not summoning the undead, he's still summoning the undead. So, like, for instance, he has skeletons, he has skeleton mages, he has revives where he can bring monsters back from the dead. He can create golems, and he can basically kind of put a soul in their body and command them. He has abilities that use the bones of the dead, so he can make bone prisons and bone walls and bone armor around himself. He can explode the dead, so he can take a corpse and he can literally explode the corpse on the ground, causing massive amounts of damage to nearby targets in forms of bone bits flying at them. He has a bone spear, which is literally an enchanted bone that he summons forth, and then he also has a bone spirit, which is literally a spirit that comes and attacks targets. And then he also has 3 poison abilities. One of them also has to do with bodies. It makes a body explode with a giant poison. And then he has a poison dagger and a poison nova, all of which are revolving around death. And then he curses everybody. So, lots of nice utility curses. So he has amplified damage. He's got weaken. He's got terror, decrepify, lower resist, life tap, iron maiden, dim vision, confuse, attract. The character is nothing if not a Swiss Army knife of utility, and in this particular character, I built him as a summoning necromancer. So his goal in life is to summon forth a giant army of the undead, not too unsimilar to the movie Army of Darkness. So I'm basically the commander in Army of Darkness, which is why you'll often hear me say the term "Sally forth." Because, that was a famous line in that movie. And, but right now I'm magic finding. Because of most of my damage is coming specifically from the actual monsters and not me specifically, I've built my character almost entirely around magic find. So when you take a look at my my character, I have 79% magic find, I've got 78% magic find, I've got 25%, I got 35%, 25%, 30%, 17%, 24%. So basically, my character is built all around finding items. Now I can build him much stronger than this, but that's not the point. Right now I'm trying to find gear. You take a look at my panel here. It shows you how much magic find I have. I'm currently at 313%. Which is a pretty healthy number. And then my mercenary, he's using a 3-socketed, 3-topazed helmet for some more magic find. And I'm using the fire golem right now. I just kind of an arbitrary choice. The golem choices are pretty specific, and I guess I just kind of picked which one I wanted. It's not really a super big deal. I mean, there are specific choices, specific reasons why you would choose specific golems. But I kind of wanted to go with more of a lazy option of I don't really have to micromanage this golem all the time. That's kind of why I picked the fire golem. Oh, a nice long warbow. Ah, camera shake. Not even death can save you from me. You know what, Diablo? Nobody wants your crap, okay? Drop me some uniques and move on with your life. Not bad drops. Not bad drops at all, actually. That's actually really nice. Nice. Sweet, Deviant Brute. A wand for the Necromancer. So, you said you're a summon Necromancer? I have a perfect wand for you. It's called the Mojo Wand. I'm not sure where you are, but I'm going to drop this in down here. It's +2 to summoning skills, +2 to bone spirit, and +2 to attract. It'll hold you until you find something better. 57 runs. What's up, Leon?
I am overburdened.
Alright. We got enough room for some potions? We found a bastard sword. We found the Sanders gloves. Those come in really handy for a lot of characters because they got 20% increased attack speed on them. We also found the Millibrega's Rod War Scepter, which is not bad. It's a +1 pally item, so there's that. And it's not like the most amazing scepter in the world, but if you have the rest of the set, it's halfway decent. And I do happen to have the armor sitting around. Ooh, a nice 24% in faster hit recovery armor with decent resistances at level 15. That's not bad at all. Spire of Lazarus is a good lightning staff for early game. Very, very nice. And this is, what is this, Black Tongue? Yeah, Black Tongue. Prevent monster heal with tons of poison damage. Very nice for a melee character. Alright, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to pick up this equipment and move it to another game, I suppose. It's going to take a little bit of doing, isn't it? I've got some room. I still have some more monsters to kill, though, unfortunately. Got the kite shield. I'm just gonna shove all this in the stash, and I'll drop it all on the ground when we actually get going. It's gonna take me a little bit.
I can't carry anymore. I can't carry anymore.
I'm gonna go kill Mephisto too. Mephisto has a good chance to drop some nice set items. It's all gonna get dropped back on the ground in a little bit. It's not a big deal. Just when I make the next game, it's gonna go on. It's going on the floor in the next game. All right, let's do Mephisto and Provincial real quick. We can usually get some good items from them. I'm hoping for uniques. Especially low-level unique armors like Grey Form or Twitch Throw. Those are all really sweet armors for a lot of low-level characters. Grey Form and Twitch Throw are two of the best, honestly. Go, my fire golem, and absorb the fire. Absorb it. Chain gloves, we'll check those. A field plate, might as well grab that. Low-level armors aren't really the biggest deal in the world. Sometimes it's just about defense. Yep, there's level 9, that'll work.
I can't. I can't.
Oh, I got in my stash. 4% lifesteal mace. What is in my stash? Oh, Millibrega's Rod. Wanted to give that to a paladin. I've actually got the Millibrega's armor. Just need to find the Millibrega's shield. It'd be fun to start a paladin and have the full Millibrega's set. What's up, Escalon? How goes it? We're gonna do new character day. If any of you guys want to make new characters and join me, you're more than welcome to. I'm trying to give everybody time to, you know, to come in and actually, you know, join. You guys can figure out what characters you want to make. You know, prepare some gear. I'm basically gonna drop a whole crap ton of equipment on the ground for everybody. So as soon as we get started, it'll just be like raining items. I'm also gonna give people some money too, so don't sell the items for money. I'm going to, I'm actually gonna drop you guys some money. God knows. Last time I dropped a bunch of items on the ground, somebody just picked them all up and sold them to the NPC. That was a whole lot. Yeah, I figured you'd be playing Hell difficulty, Gomax. Gleam Scythe Falchion. Morning Star. Balanced Axe. My girlfriend brought me some delicious foods. Thank you, beautiful lady. I love you. Don't say nothing to me. I used to think Gleam Scythe Falchion was a really terrible weapon, but somebody taught me recently that apparently Gleam Scythe Falchion is really good for a low level charge paladin. Apparently, it does massive amounts of damage, and it's great for a low level charge paladin. My bean intake has been awful. Man, those beans give you the gas, man. Those are gas. Those are some gassy beans. I don't like them beans. Them things is grody. No, seriously though, man. They gave me the toots. Good lord. Alright, look at all this crappy equipment I got lined up for you guys. I know you want some of this crappy equipment. It's gonna be like shopping at a grocery store. You're gonna be like, I don't really want that, but it's the only thing they got. Battling with your dog. Why am I battling with my dog? Don't be nice to my dog. Alright, let's go take out a couple lobies too, see if we can get some like really trash, like really low level items. We'll do Treehead Woodfist. He has a... Oh, the gas war? They won that war a long time ago. There's no battle. It's literally just I'm slowly dying from mustard gas poisoning while they giggle and laugh about it. Giggle and laugh. My girlfriend has an unhealthy addiction to Starbucks cups. I swear she's been picking up and buying like every Starbucks cup they make. Our entire top of our refrigerator is just completely littered with Starbucks cups. A whole collection of Starbucks cups, as it will. I mean, I wouldn't even care if she actually used them, but they just sit up there on top of the refrigerator. She told me to. She told me shut up. Yeah, yeah. Apparently so. Where you at, tree head? That's not tree head. Where you at, tree head? There you at, tree head. What's up, buddy? I'm gonna have to kindly ask you to die. Exactly as I intended. Low level uniques. We got Axe Mastery. Oh, that's pretty nice. +3 Axe Mastery with 10% faster hit recovery. That's really sweet for a level 3 hat. If anybody's looking to make a barbarian, there you go. That's a nice little burden hat. Got a little cheap little bow for a little lowbie Zon. You don't even have to be a Zon, to be honest. You put that on anybody. Yeah, absolutely. Death is death. Absolutely. We'll sync up a little bit. I mean, if you guys that are a little bit higher level don't mind hanging on until we catch up to you. I mean, that's basically what's going to happen. And then once we catch up to you, we'll catch up to you pretty quick. Within about an hour, probably about an hour, we'll all be level 15. And then probably in about 2 or 3 hours, we'll all be level 25, 24. Since I'm providing us with some starter equipment, it'll probably go even a little bit faster. I mean, I'm probably not going to have everything that you guys need, but I'm going to drop enough crap on the ground that hopefully you guys can formulate some sort of plan in your own little minds. In your own little minds. Come here, Rockanishu. Give me some stuff. What you got? Give me a gold dagger. Give me a gold dagger and a stick. I want a stick. A skull cap. That's not what I wanted, sir. And it's ethereal. It's an ethereal skulking. You just trolling me, ain't you? I see. Yeah, we'll probably be chatting on Discord too to coordinate. So if you guys want to hop into Discord, get that set up too. Here, pop that up there. I've only been running for about 37 minutes. Like I said, I'm just doing this little magic find run, gather some gear. We'll get started soon. I'm gonna eat my food first.
Good to see you.
Lazarus staff is a very awesome sorceress's staff. If I remember correctly, it's a very good staff for quite some time. I'm not going to tell you it's the best staff that ever existed or anything, but if I remember correctly, it is a absolutely amazing lightning sorceress staff, and it has regenerate mana on it as well, which is going to help you out a ton. Isn't it like 78% regenerate mana or something like that? I'm pretty sure. The regenerate mana alone would make it amazing. I mean, granted, you're going to find some better items as time goes on, but just suffice it to say that 78% regenerate mana, and then I think it has different mana options on there too. I can't remember all the effects on it, but I remember it being really nice staff just for a sorceress in general. Doesn't it have like teleport and energy shield on it too, or something like that? It varies. So you got kind of a middle-ish one, I think. That's a kind of a terrible hat. Oh wow, a 3-socket with frickin' just a 3-socket? Has a lot of lightning resist. Map bug? What do you mean, man? That sounds pretty crazy, actually. Somebody was telling me earlier that they exited the game and rejoined and the map was still there. I was wondering what they were talking about. Guess that makes sense. % damage taken goes to mana is nice. I will drop that in the pile. All these moos. All these moos! Wow, that's not bad for a Lobby. Superior Flail, 13% enhanced ED, 3 sockets. I'm pretty sure there's a nice recipe you can throw in that. I can't remember right off the top of my head. But I'm like 99% sure there's a really nice recipe you can throw in that. Ooh. Amplify damage on striking on a pike. That's not bad at all. It's going to be an Amazon B3. We're going to do an Amazon. An Amazon I've never done before. So we're going to have fun with that. Well, I don't want to say that I've never done it before, but let me take that back. I've done it before. Not on stream, and not for a very long time. And as far as I know, it is an Amazon that does not work. So, it should be fun.
I need a key.
Look at me. I'm like, and this is going to be an Amazon that doesn't work at all? And he's going to be absolutely terrible? And this is so much fun. Ooh, nice. That's not bad at all. I like it. Alright, I think we've got a decent amount of equipment now. Definitely enough for at least 3 or 4 people. Maybe it'll be smattered a little bit too much, like not enough butter over too much bread if we have a full 8-man going, but that's fine too. We'll find more equipment on the way. That's how it works, right? So I'm going to create a new game with my new character, and then I'm going to proceed to start dropping items on the ground. So if you guys are interested in joining, you know, make your way on over. And level 1 characters are fine. If you want to join with a higher level character, you're just going to have to wait a little bit until we catch up to you. That's fine too, but you know, don't be too OP. My characters are missing. Oh lord, did I get the character missing bug? I'm gonna log out and log back in. There we go. They're back. What do you know? I've got more characters on my other... my more items on my other character. Yeah, that's what I did. Does Malice work in flails? I don't even remember. Malice works in flails, right? Yeah. Good. Turn this into a flail. Itheleth. L. Tell me I got an L. I don't think I do have an L rune. That might sound sad, but I don't think I've found an L rune the entire time I've been playing. That's terrible. It's okay. It'll be on the ground if anybody wants to turn it into a malice. I wasn't specifically going to use it myself. I was just dropping it for somebody else, basically. Have you never played with synergies before, B3? Or are you saying the synergies have changed?
I can't use this yet.
So it may seem like to you that the synergies are boofing up your damage to amazing numbers, but what they did was when they introduced synergies was they also introduced a huge buff to the monsters. So the monster's HP went up proportionally to the amount of damage that you're doing. So it doesn't really go up like you think. Like full synergies is essentially the same as it was from before the synergies, because what they did was they added the synergies and then they increased all the HP of the monsters to match. All right. I just had to get some gold for everybody. That should be the last of the swapping back and forth here. So how many players did we end up with? Not bad, not bad. All right. So I can only take out 10,000 gold at a time. So I'm going to drop 10,000 gold piles on the ground for everybody. If you don't have any gold, pick up some gold. Get yourself some starter equipment from the shop. Somebody grab that that flail. There's so much junk on the ground, huh? All that junk in the trunk. All that junk in the trunk. All that junk, 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 junk in the trunk.
Hi there.
Hi there, I'm Charcy.
Couple items I forgot. Trying to make sure I don't got any more low-level junk laying around. Looks like we're good to go. I need to start looking at some of this stuff for myself. I did put aside a couple items though, so I should be alright.
Good day.
If anybody else wants to join, we still have 2 slots. The name of the game is GGM New Char Day. New Char Day. And the password is 16. Everything on the ground is up for grabs. You guys are more than welcome to take some equipment. Get yourself some starter stuff, starter weapons, starter armor, etc. Rings, amulets. I'll drop you some gold too if you need it. Just let me know. This is all Lobby stuff. Nobody really cares about this stuff anyway. Not once you get towards the end of the game. Dying. What's up, like? You want to join in on New Character Day, like? We're doing new character day. New character day. Good day to you, Gahid.
I can't use this yet.
What? Sucker. Well, you're welcome to join us if you want to. You can catch up, or we can catch up to you. Is more like it. Oh, it's a maiden spear. Oh, it's ethereal too. Level 15. I'll hold on to that. Maybe I'll stab some people with that thing. Lots of good stuff on the ground here. Lots of paladins. We got an assassin. One orb sorceress. A druid. 3 times today, Onyx. It's GGM new character day. GGM new char day. 16. There's a bunch of stuff on the ground if you need anything. So, I mean, just, you know, swing on by. Ooh, I like that little trident. Can I have this trident? I'm gonna take this trident. That's my trident. Well, you're more than welcome to drop some stuff too if you want to. We just filled up. Nice. All right, 8-man new character day. Some of it is pretty useful. Depends on what character you are. There's a really nice jawbone cap on the ground with +3 to axe mastery and 10% faster hit recovery. It's only level 3. There's some pretty nice like uniques that I dropped, but I think most of the uniques got picked up, so I think we're good there. There's some pretty decent like javelins and weapons and things like that. I don't know. You just have to look at it, see what fits your specific build. I mean, there's some ethereal items you can use until they break. There's some throwing axes if you want to make a throwing barbarian. It's Full Cathans is kind of like a enchanted set. Like if you were a sorceress and you wanted to beat people with a staff, like that'd be a good thing to do. I'm gonna hop into Atmos Bar and Grill on Discord if you guys want to join, and you guys can come in here and we can coordinate. That's gonna be on the Discord channel. I see Percival is already in here, and you.
So I need you to take that hydrate command now. It's been over half an hour.
It's been over. I gotta go get an actual drink. You have seen. I have not got up, sir.
Hey, it's been an hour. Okay, listen.
I mean, if you want a refund on those 500 chinchilla turds,
I'll use it right back.
Chupapi?
Wow, I had myself muted this whole time.
Wow, great job.
Yeah, I've been throwing some stuff down for people as well. Because I have... My stash needed to be cleared out. Big time.
all right, I'm back. I got me some Reese's Pieces, and I got me a drink so I could hydrate before Tigerishly hunts me down in my sleep.
Hey,
Hydrate too, don't worry.
You gotta hydrate twice.
Ah. This freaking mystery flavor of Mountain Dew is something.
I thought I had a nice little. Oh yeah, right here. Is there a? Yeah, there's an assassin.
Does anybody got any good like unique spears?
No.
Like a Dragon Chang or a Razor Tine or a trying to think. There's a bunch of unique spears. I've got one, but it's a little higher level. It's level 27. I'll be using that later.
So you like that trident I dropped, huh?
Oh yeah, I picked it up. It's level 3. I'll be using that as soon as I can. Holy warrior, huh? The holiest of warriors.
Oh, GGM, where are you? I was gonna show you this.
Why, thank you, sir.
I was gonna show you this. Lazarus I got.
Oh yeah.
earlier while playing
Yeah,
my
I haven't seen it in a little while, but it's an interesting staff. Skywalker.
There you are.
Who am I clicking on? Who's clicking on me?
Yeah, death
Click.
or crows. Yeah, I was gonna show you it.
Yeah, 43% mana, 15 to energy, so you're going to get a pretty big boost to your mana pool. And then on top of that, it gives you your static field, so you don't have to actually put a point into it until later. Which static field is great, so you can save one of your points, put that into something else.
Yeah,
And then, it's just a nice staff. I mean, and then later on, when you take the staff off, go ahead and put a point into static field, obviously. But it'll help you. It'll help you 1 point for a little while.
yeah, I'm going frozen orb, but
Sheesh!
nice little boost because of the +1 to everything. Yeah, I had that drop earlier. I was going through Act 5 on my Necro and it had a drop. I was like, wow.
All right. So I think most of the good items have been taken. I think we're good. If you guys want to sell stuff now, you're more than welcome to. I don't think there's anything really that great left. I would like to keep that barbarian helmet though. I don't know if somebody already grabbed it. If you already grabbed it, that's fine. +3 axe mastery barbarian helmet's pretty sweet. Plus it was only level 3, so you know. So I think we're about ready to get to stabbing things. I mean, who doesn't want to come stab stuff? We're gonna stab stuff together, right? Right.
I want to make things explode with ice. Does that count?
Stab at thee.
This land of the shadow.
Did anybody need gold, by the way? I could whip out some more gold if anybody needs any. I mean, get a...
How's your day been, GG?
Oh, not bad. I had to upload the videos from last night, and it took me forever. I don't know, they were pretty large, and then I had to split it because they were too long, so it took me longer than normal. And then my keyboard wouldn't charge, and it died, so I had to go buy a crappy keyboard at Walmart. This keyboard just feels unholy. I told my girlfriend, I said, you know what I want to do with this keyboard? She said, what? I said, I'm gonna use this keyboard to go on Amazon to buy a new keyboard.
If you're looking for a new key, are you looking for wired or wireless?
Well, I had wireless, and to be honest with you, it just... I just don't like having to charge up my batteries. I love the wireless aspect, but... like the last keyboard I had a plug to charge it, and the plug eventually just stopped working, so... Not the wall outlet. What I mean is the actual keyboard itself, where you plugged it in, just would stop working. So I don't know. I just went with a wired one this time.
If you're going for a wired one, I would highly recommend a Corsair keyboard.
Yeah, I did. I got the K55 or whatever. That's what I had was a Corsair, but it was like, but it was the Corsair wireless, not the Corsair wired.
Yeah, I have the K68, and oh man, I love this keyboard. I've had it for about 2 years now.
Am I already level 3? That was fast. We do have 8 people in here, so this is going to go really quick. We're going to be like level 5 by the time we get out of Den of Evil. Who is giggling like that? Deviant Brute, is that you? You coming and giggling on us? So many paladins. We got Forge, Holy Warrior, Izark, and
Yeah, I thought
Skywalker.
For a minute, and
So what builds are you guys planning on doing?
I think my name says what mine is.
I'm gonna try to build a hammered in for the first time. See how that goes.
Rabies.
Oh, you're gonna do rabies? Just bite everything and run away, huh?
Yep.
Okay. This is the rudest of druids. Dora the Explorer is gonna come on and yell at you and be like, "Bite or no biting." Bite or no biting. There's got to be one left we missed somewhere. He's probably hiding in the corner of the room, laughing, just like the person who's laughing on Discord.
Look, you guys can't find me.
Friggin', my beautiful lady over there was telling me about this story with Woogie. Apparently, she would go into rooms and lock the door and then laugh. When she was like 2 years old, 3 years old, she would just go in the room and she would just lock the door. You'd literally hear it go. She said you'd literally hear it go click, and then she'd go. Ee! I found him.
Perhaps now
Noise.
others will trust me.
Perhaps now the rogues will trust me.
Hello.
I like how some of them are like, is this all it takes to earn the rogues' trust?
I may have a waypoint to Cold Plains.
You're going too fast. Slow down.
No, I'm not.
You're going too fast. Slow down.
I do have the waypoint. I'll throw a portal up for everybody. I didn't know if I had it or not, to be honest. Because I've only played like 10-20 minutes on this character.
10, 20 minutes.
I see.
I thought we said new characters, not 10, 20-minute old characters, sir.
Yeah, nerd.
I am a nerd.
It's still a new character.
I am a nerd. The nerdiest of nerds. Stab. Right now, it's going to go for a lot, Onyx. Later on, when everybody has them, it's not going to go for very much. Yeah, don't keep them even. It doesn't work out right. Like, go 20 to skeleton first, and then do 20 skeleton mastery. Definitely put at least 1 point in skeleton mastery, though, because your plus to skills will beef it up. Bishy Bosh, die, Bishy Bosh, yes. Excellent.
Yeah, my Necro, I'm gonna, once I get Den of Evil done on it, on Nightmare, I'm gonna swap it over to a Bone Necro.
Game crashed. Alright, we'll hop back in, man. We'll catch up. My game's been crashing a lot. I just sally forth. Sally forth. Might as well get our little bow girls, I guess. Is this burial grounds? No, it's not. Let's go get our little bow girls.
Chupapi.
Will you move, Discord? Thank you. I threw a TP up.
I sense great sorrow and misery.
Come here, Blood Raven. Please stop running away.
Rest in peace, sister.
Alright. Go to Stony Field. Come on, little bow girl. Come on, my little bow girl. Get him.
Day.
I can hardly believe that you defeated Blood Raven.
Yes.
Here.
I can't use that yet.
What do you mean you can't use it? She's always such a low-level little nothing of a character. But you're useful, and that's all that matters.
I'll put that to good use. I'll put that to good use.
Sweet. Stonyfield waypoint is up. Thanks. Let's get to stabbing things. Cavern? What do you mean, underground cavern? Where? Underground passage, here we go!
Daddy, chill.
Daddy? Who is Daddy? You're so dumb. Let's do Oak Sage Wolf Helmet if you want it, Mike Fox. Get you some Oak Sage. It's also got Arctic or something else on it too. I don't even know. I think it was Arctic Blast.
Yep.
I don't think you're gonna use that one, but you know.
No.
But it's there. You know, it's there if you want to play with it. If you want to, no, you know what? You know what it is? When we're hot from battle, that's what it's really for. You're supposed to like blow it on us like a AC unit, so we get a nice.
Oh, I got you. I got you.
Got about 7 of them last year. Remember that?
So something like this.
My girlfriend's crazy.
Pretty strong.
I need infinite numbers of stamina potions.
I only bought 4. I'm almost out. I'm gonna get some more. I got 2 over here.
Ah, well, yay. Drink the entire well so you guys can't have any of it. Just the entire well is gone. Delicious, cool cavern water that's probably infected with mold and fruit bat poo-poo. If you're going to be a smiter, by the way, I would definitely grab a spike shield. Whenever you find a spike shield. Spike shield's going to have the highest smite damage on it. Into the dark wood.
I didn't join me in 2. Damn it.
Already leveled up again. Oh, somebody's bug roll just died.
Has this tree escaped corruption?
Yeah, how has this tree escaped corruption, guys? We need to know. Inquiring minds need to know. Lord, I need some vitalities. Oh, Skywalker's all the way down there. Skywalker! It's always so amazing watching everybody just run around and murder everything. It's like mesmerizing. I'm just sitting here just watching sometimes. Just like, oh, yep, murder that, yep, don't even have to walk over there, yep, that's already dead, yep. Looking good, looking murdery, looking all nice and murdery, yep. I like it, murder that too. Yep, nice and stabby. Did we already go back and rescue Kane? We didn't go rescue Kane yet, did we?
No. I think everybody's looking for the waypoint.
Did we already find it?
I don't think so.
I thought Skywalker found it. Yeah, find me some stamina potions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Skywalker already has it. Let's go back and let's do Stony. Let's rescue poor Mr. Kane. Whoever has the scroll, go talk to Akara. Let's go. I'm gonna go find Rakanishu and poke him in the butt with a spear.
I didn't grab the waypoint, but oh well.
Scepter with +3 sacrifice, anybody? So fast, Skywalker. It's almost like you have the Force. Almost. It's a +3 sacrifice scepter if anybody wants it. I don't know if anybody's actually using sacrifice, but...
It's as if a great war were fought here.
A great war were fought here. And I stab you in that eyeball with a spear. What's up, Grizzy Biz? I'm not ripping people off anymore. Oh, dang, a rare ring. Well, that should be a nice level 5 ring. It'll have like a whole bunch of stats, like +1 to max damage, +2 to light radius, +3 to health, +4 to mana.
+1 to all sorcerer skills.
They don't come like that, sir.
Yeah, I know. It was a joke.
It was a bad joke, sir. I'm kidding. Woo! What? Constricting ring? Large charm! Ooh, 1 to 5 lightning damage. Extra lightning damage for my lightning damage. Served head of headiness. we're already all level 10, pretty much. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
That's pretty impressive.
about 4,000 away.
I think we can go back and start murderinizing Black Marsh. Murderinizing.
You have risked your life to rescue Cain. Please, take this ring that I didn't want anyway. It really sucks. Actually, you're doing me a favor. Please take it away.
See if I can equip any of my stuff. Gotten quite a few levels. I might be able to equip something. There's too many people around this stash. Gosh. How do you expect anyone to be able to click on it? Nope. Alright, on to Black Marsh. TP up for Black Marsh. Imagine if one of those hawk nests was in your backyard. You just wake up one morning and there's just a hawk nest in your backyard pulsating and pooping out raptors.
Kill it.
What are you gonna kill it with? You're not a paladin of the gods. You're just a human. A human. What are you gonna do? Just get your chainsaw out and start sawing it.
Nah, machete.
Blood everywhere.
I'm okay with people thinking I'm crazy. Ooh, that's nice.
Sweet. Can wear my Catherine's ring now. Poison length reduced. Don't mind if I do. We're like moderately okay equipped characters, so we're doing like exceedingly well. Because normally when you start out, you have absolutely no equipment.
This is the site of Andari's atrocities.
I was like, hold on, let me put on this trash leather armor and this chipped and cracked buckler of got lots of holes in it and it's kind of rusty. Wouldn't you be better off without it? Well, I mean, yeah, but I kind of feel naked. A little naked. What's up, militants? Making a Spirazon Onyx. And Holy Fire is pretty OP early on. It really is.
At the waypoint.
The waypoint! The easy cloistered waypoint. When you forget to click on outer cloister waypoint, you just feel like an idiot. Yeah, like right there. It's always in the same spot. What is wrong with me? Why did I forget? Why? Well, it's got to be one of these. Man, the barrel explosion physics are just like amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
When that jank explodes in your face, you know it's exploding in your face. I mean, you can feel the breeze blow by you. That's how good the physics are. Ten towels, huh? Sounds like you need to find a 6-socket item, put 6 towels in it, and run around poisoning everything to death and pretend to be a rabies druid, but you won't be a rabies druid. You'll be like a rabies paladin or something.
A rabies stork.
Oh no. Forge. Look at that trap assassin. Burr, she's got your foot. What you gonna do about it? She's got your whole foot. Burr, can't you tell she's got your tall nails? She got your tall nails. Oh no! Get her, Bear. Get her. Don't let her treat you that way. Yeah, it looks like we have one trap assassin in here. Ace Blade.
Did you have a level restriction on your game? 'Cause
I don't think so. I take all my check marks off. Are you on America's region?
yeah, I was just in the game, but I crashed and can't rejoin now.
You try closing out the client and reopen it?
The app?
Somebody should do a video where they just like walk around with the Herodric Malice and beat the game with it. Just hit everyone in the face with the malice. I can never talk to Charcy again. Can never talk to Charcy ever again. Hey, you're so dumb with your full Cathan set. You got any other Cathan's pieces? You got like a Cathan's armor or another Cathan's mesh for me?
Man, it's just not gonna let me back in.
Try changing your region on the BattleNet launcher. Join a game and then leave and then change the region back and see if that does it.
Okay.
So you know what I'm talking about where the region is?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to work or not, but it has worked for some people in the past. Although some people say it doesn't work for them. I really don't know. Look at Mr. Full Cathan's set over here.
Do you normally wait to use Darcy?
You could wait or you can use it now. It's really just a matter of what do you need? Do you need something right this second, or because like if you wait, it'll get better. Like you'll get a better item because it's based on your character's level. So right now we're only level 12, so it's only going to be a level 12 item. But if you wait until you're like level 30, it'll be a level 30 item, and so forth and so on. There's no guarantee it's going to be a good item no matter when you do it, but it will be. But it will be a higher level item if you wait.
I would wait until you can get faster run walk. I don't know when that is, but that's what I would wait for.
I have a pair of boots for 13 that give me a pair. Which I can use those and...
I'm actually going to try and gamble myself some boots real quick. I mean, not super awful boots.
I think I'll gamble on this orb. Yeah. I'll gamble on this orb I got.
Banana, banana, mm-mm. Check out this ridiculous lifesteal ring I found the other day. 6% lifesteal, all resistance is 11. I'm actually pretty excited about that for no reason. I probably should be excited about it, but I'm excited. Man, I can't even use this thing. %5 chance to cast level 1 amp damage on striking. Amp damage would be so nice.
5% chance to cast level 3 Frost Nova when struck.
Great defensive ability. Just in general.
Oh well, can't get back in.
Well, close the client out and let it rest for a little bit, because I noticed a lot of the times with this game, like it seems like if you just stay offline for a bit, the problems kind of fix themselves. But it's almost like as if you stay online, the problem just continues to get worse and worse, or it doesn't get better, I guess would be the better way of putting it. Like a lot of the times when I had the issue, I'd just log off. And then when I came back on a couple hours later, it was fixed. I know that sucks because you won't be able to join us, but
What nightmarish tortures.
the launch hasn't been the smoothest, let me say that. It has not been smooth like peanut butter.
Nope. That's why I'm glad they didn't do ladder on release.
Can you imagine if they had done ladder on release? Dude.
So many people would be whining.
Well, I mean, it would not be acceptable. Like, you're talking about a race. And it just wouldn't work. It wouldn't. Oh, you're the rabies
Look at
druid
that
too,
damn
aren't you?
helmet.
I know. I was gonna say, that would be a great rabies helmet for you, sir. Lycanthropy and poison creeper. With 2 sockets. Making the deer.
Need some.
That sucks.
I'll hold on to it for you. I actually had a really nice one I found from I was gonna make a rabies druid too. It's +3 rabies and it's like 2 sockets or 3 sockets, I can't remember. Yeah, Yeah, I've heard him go by. He goes by so fast. I'm pretty sure you could hear his motorcycle on the freaking streams, like when he drives by.
When you click the wrong portal or wrong tomb.
Yeah, he's going so fast he has no room for correcting. No. You got full Cathan's waiting. He's got full Cathan's armor waiting. He's just sitting there laughing his head off. He's like, I got this. Beating people with a staff.
Just imagine if more games started that way. Like, let's get everything stable first, and then we'll do the competitive stuff.
Well, I just think it's hilarious because, you know, there's people who are highly competitive in this game, obviously. You got people like Mr. Llama out there doing, like, world's first. And, can you imagine if he did world's first, like, when the ladder started and nobody could log in? And he's over there, like, clearing Ubers, and people are still stuck at level 1 because they can't log into the game.
Right.
Oh yeah, I can use my boots now. Oh yeah. There we go. % faster run walk makes a difference.
Oh, it does. Everybody likes to have run walk items.
Yeah, these came off my Necro because I'd got an upgrade.
I was hoping to find like some decent boots, but for some reason boots are just like really rare. I don't even notice this, but like rare, like unique boots, like finding yourself a nice pair like Treads of Thethon or like Gore Rider or something, like they just never drop, ever. And then when you actually go to make a new character, you ain't got no boots, not a single pair of boots in the world.
I need a key.
Like, I wanted the crushing blow for my assassin, the little goblin toes, and they just never drop. And I'm like, well, where do they drop more at? And I looked it up, and I'm like, okay, I'll go farm those. Nope. In normal farming, trying to get these stupid boots, and nope.
Yeah, I was doing a little bit of farming in normal too. I managed to get some good items like Rattle Cage, a Rock Fleece, but like I couldn't get what I was actually looking for. Although Onyx found a pair of Frostburns earlier, which is one of the items I was looking for, and then we crashed and lost them, which was pretty funny. It's like, we found them, yes! Crash. Shit! Which is funny, Onyx, because the unique boots, the tier haunches, have vigor on them. Is that the ones you're talking about? Tier haunches are actually pretty sweet.
I got lost.
You got lost?
Yeah.
I'll put a fresh TP up for you. Oh lord, stabby stab. You ain't kick none of them barrels in there. Ooh, 12% FHR. Nice. I'm gonna have to get my faster hit recovery up pretty high. I'm not gonna have a shield, so I've got to get my FHR up like massively. What's up, Vegeta? What did I main? You mean the first character I made? I did a Necromancer. That's going to be a term that I'm just going to coin. The Necromancer. If anybody asks you what class I played, you tell them the Necromancer. Chippy, chippy, chippies! Dang, freaking everything's exploding. I mean, literally, it's exactly as it sounds. You pretty much don't put any equipment on your Necromancer that's not Magic Find. So everything has Magic Find on it in some way, shape, or form, for the most part. And if it can't have Magic Find, then probably don't wear it. For the most part, your character is essentially naked because everything has Magic Find on it. And you use your Necromancer in the best way you know how, which is you know, killing things. So you gotta kill them with, you know, something that's not yourself, because you're weak as can be. You're naked. So you need your skeletons and your golems and your mercenaries to do all the work for you. So, you know, Necromancer. The nakedest of Mancers. He who does not wear clothes. We seem to have missed something. Watch it be right here by the door. There's like a little pathway right up here. Kind of like shoots off to the right. It was right here by the door the entire time. It was literally right by the door. It could not have been closer by the door, even if it had tried to be closer by the door. Alright, hold on. I'm going to put this this helmet in the stash for our rabies druid, just in case he comes back.
Yeah, I need to get my.
I didn't hear what you said because somebody did a sheep scream.
I had to grab my mercenary.
Sweet. By the way, save all the rings and amulets. I'm going to transmute them later and we'll see if we can get something nice. I was like, what portal am I supposed to click on? Then I remembered. We just found Inner Cloister. You can get a lot of really nice items in Nightmare Magic Find runs, Vegeta. It's definitely a good place to Magic Find. You can get things like the Swirling Crystal. There's quite a few set items that can drop there. There's quite a few really good unique items that can drop in Nightmare. I mean, you're not going to get like end game level hell uniques, but I mean that's hardly here. That's not neither here nor there, really. I mean, trust me when I say you're gonna have a good time magic finding in Nightmare. You can do Mephisto. Mephisto would be a good place in Nightmare, definitely. Just kill Mephisto over and over again and see what you grab. No, you're not going to get John Burr, but, I mean, those aren't Magic Find items anyway. That's just random stuff that drops. It's not affected by Magic Find anyway. Nav Boots? What's Nav Boots? Natalia's? You got a Jaw and a Burr today? Well, that sounds like you hit the lotto, da booty. I try not to tell people they're full of crap. I let them figure it out for themselves. That was a really well-timed bark. Who wanted to be a smiter? Just trying to spike shield. You know, spike shield. Spike shield for the smiter.
I'll kill him.
Stab. 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 Runes for your insight, but no polearm. Farm cows, Vegeta. There's a pretty good chance you'll find a 4-socket polearm. Nightmare cows should drop 4-socket polearms. He's just trying to get by you, Flo. I mean, he's literally laying on top of her. I feel like she's being really patient. Lord Jesus, we searched the whole catacombs. The whole catacombs. Stamina potion. Stamina potion. What's up, Champion Tainteds?
Found it.
Ooh, a longbow.
But we missed the waypoint.
I'll put that to good use.
Yeah, we kind of want to get the waypoint. We need to come back and farm Andariel. Maybe. Let's see if we can grab that first. Just leave a TP up by the thing so we can quick back. Quick back. Back quick. Dead end. Dead end. It's got to be down there then. Bear's got a maid over there. His water bowl and his food bowl right next to each other. He's just drinking and sipping and crunching and drinking and sipping and crunching.
What? Doc.
Yeah, anybody want a +3 frozen armor sorceress staff? You could put it on swap, cast your frozen armor,
Yeah.
and then swap back.
Yeah. I'll take it.
Okay, I'm right here. +3 frozen armor is a lot of frozen armor. At this level, anyway.
Yeah, it means I don't have to put any into it for a while.
Well, yeah. Just hit W, cast, and then W, swap back. Good to go. If it was only like +1 or 2, I wouldn't even bother, but +3 is pretty nice. Alright, so go through the portal and then go back through, who is it, Forge? Yeah, Forge has the TP next to the stairs. And Holy Warrior. Grand Charm! It's a skiller! Oh, well, what's up, Beyond Godly? Thanks for the raid, buddy. We grinded some new characters today. We're already level 14. We're having some fun. My beautiful lady over here is wearing a pink Golden Girl shirt that says, Stay Golden. While she's playing Stardew Valley. What you listening to? Some music? Oh, she's listening to a news podcast. Yours looks so damn pretty. Her hair's so pink, it literally puts a highlighter to shame. Lightning resistance. Don't mind if I do.
I'll be getting a bunch of that here in about a couple levels.
Lord, these are like the biggest, most expansive levels, I swear. Podcasters. I actually kind of thought it'd be fun to be a podcaster at some point. It's kind of an interesting job, when you think about it. And personally,
Good day.
I really like the idea. Because, like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with similar situations where you're, like, at work and you're doing work, but you can listen to something while you're working. Like, it's not a big deal. And so, like, usually you want to listen to something while you're working, but you can't watch something while you're working. And, you know, it's kind of like a whole thing, right?
Shut up. What was that about to say?
Lost ass monster. Pick up everything.
10% faster cast, one to firebolt,
Anguish.
and a decent shield. Not bad. I'm gonna drop them in town if you guys want to take a look at the staff or the shield. They're both pretty decent.
The carrot.
I mean, 10% faster casts, at the very least.
Yeah, I'll be able to use my Lazarus at 18.
Dog drama. Yeah, it might be about time for them to go out.
I know much. Good day.
Good lord, everybody's already dying. What's going on here? Y'all poisoned to death? You got a smoke sphere with +3 ice blast. That's nice. And a belt. It's a decent belt. I'm so torn on what I want to build. I'm gonna take a quick break here though, because I'm gonna go take the dogs out, and I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Dogs are heavy. They're so heavy. Why are dogs so heavy? They're fat. They're fat and heavy. Oh, God. And yes, I have to actually lift them up. So heavy. Yep, Andy's down. We're ready to go to sewers. Find Radaman's lair. Let's go into the sewers. Into the sewers we shall go. Stab. Ooh, man. Stabby stab. Get a little bit of this Mountain Dew. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I think I can use my armor now. Let me go double check and make sure I can use my armor or not. Just 1 second. Ah, I can use my armor. Sweet. Oh, look at me looking all golden. Look at me looking all sweet. And give me a new merc while I'm at it.
I bet. Who goes there?
Defensive merc sounds good. I forgot to grab a merc, my bad. Let me get him some equipments.
Blessings to you.
2-socket chainmail, that sounds good. A helmet.
I'll put that to good
God,
use.
like stash is so hard to click on. Stop hoarding the stash. And I am like so light on F runes. No F runes in sight. I found like every other rune in the game, but like the F runes. Nope. Who needs F runes? F runes are for those weird people. Alright, let's just give it to him. That'd be alright.
Put that to good use.
And a weapon. Wonder if you can use this pike.
I can't use that yet.
Ooh, I can use the maiden spear. You can
Put
use the
that to good
pike.
use.
Sweet. Sorry about that. I was like, let's go, and then I totally turned around and then and made it not let's go. But let's go. Freaking trap assassin is murdering. Got that murder. Sub and follow if you're running a paladin. Level 2 sewers up. Sweet. Wow. I think I just realized something that I have never realized before. And after playing 21 years of this game, it's kind of surprising to me because I never really thought about it like this. So, when you have a weapon that has an extremely long reach, you can do something that nobody else can do, and that is you can hold somebody at bay outside of their range but inside of yours. And this spear has knockback on it, which through a quirk of fate somebody gave me a spear that has knockback on it, so I decided to use it just, you know, because it's really nice damage. And I just knocked back this guy, the skeleton, right? Knocked him outside of my range, or outside of his range, but inside of mine, and I was just constantly attacking him and knocking him back. But it would never knock him back further than the range of the maximum range of my spear. And it almost seems like there's room to build like a knockback spear Amazon? Because technically, you know, since she has the longest range weapon in the game, she can literally just attack them anyway, even though they've been knocked back. Like, she doesn't actually stop attacking them or anything. She's just like, oh, I think I can still hit you. I know you're like 50 feet away, but I can still stab you in the eye. A jewel? What's up, Onyx? We just started in sewers. I'll just put a fresh TP up for you. I be yanking up them charms so fast you don't see it. Cooking on them items and they go in my inventory. And then I drop it back on the ground. I'm such a troll. I'll sit here and I'll pick up an item for no other reason other than to drop it back on the ground. I'm like, hey, I want to see what that is. And then I see what it is, and I'm like, yep, you can have it. And I pretty much never keep the items. Because I'm always looking for something really specific. I'm like, hey, this is a really good item for an assassin. And the assassin's like, gimme, gimme, gimme. Gimme, gimme, gimme. There's an L rune. If somebody grabbed that flail earlier, you need the L to complete the flail. Where you at, Radamant? I got a stabby stab for you. Stab, 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 stab. That's right, Gim.
Atma has been avenged.
Atma has been avenged. Somebody's not got their book of skill. There's still a book of skill on the ground.
Good day.
They say the taste of vengeance is bittersweet.
Greetings.
But I find it to my liking.
But I find it to my liking.
Giggity. Giggity, giggity. Giggity. Giggity.
Giggity.
Out into the rocky wastes, I suppose. Stab. 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 I like to stab the beetles. Rip them into pieces. No hesitation. Lightning everywhere. I'm gonna stab them with my spear. Stepping on the scorpions. Listening to them crunch. Shalom. Everything can burn in the fires of hell. Dead end. Lots of scorpions down that dead end. Hope you guys didn't get stung. %, faster cast rate, anybody? Oh no! The sorceress of dead! The dead sorceress! Do you want to host a charity? God, so many janks on there. I've never hosted a charity stream before. I don't even know if I have enough viewers for something like that. I feel like that's something big streamers do. Reminds me of some of them radio stations you listen to every now and then. Like they, like for the most part, they're regular radio stations, and you'd never know otherwise. And then like one day, they're just like the entire day long, they are, they're just like doing charity streams like the entire day. But it's usually for them, you know, because they're trying to raise money for their own station. That's right, none of us have a cube. We need to find the halls of the dead. The dead halls. I love how my spear is all ethereal. You can like barely even see it. It's beautiful. Oh, hello, champion Lucers. No, no, no. You started it. Come here. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Nah, they do like these big charity streams, like, ooh, Cleglaws. I'll take some Cleglaws. Bink. They do these real big charity streams, like only on like one particular day. So that's, and it's like only like one day a month. But like if you catch them on that one day, like the entire day is just a charity stream, and it's really long, and they really don't play very much music. It's pretty much just them asking for money all day long. I've seen a couple of them like that. Hey, light belt. What's that? Is that a snake cord? Oh, that's just like a regular rare light belt. I don't have any ID scrolls. I've got no ID scrolls. Rib my life. I really want to try out like Impaler Fan or something, but I know that they've never been good, and maybe I'll use a respec at some point and I'll play around with it, but oh dang, 2 tier runes in a row. Back to back tier runes, suckers. What's up? No hesitation. Two sockets. Spiky shield? What is this? Far Oasis? Alright, we need Stony Tomb first. Nobody's got a Heraldric Cube. I mean, not Stony Tomb, sorry. Halls of the Dead. Horrors of the Dead. This is where the dead live. The dead live. This is where the dead live. The dead live. Do not open dead inside. First person to tell me where that comes from, I'll give you a sub. How about that? Don't open dead inside. Yeah, a low rune would be pretty nice, Onyx. Get you a nice fortitude. Mary Shelley? Who the hell's Mary Shelley? Death is death. Got it correct. It was The Walking Dead. It was like one of the first episodes. He popped out and he was like, it was like a door, and written on the door was, it was like all boarded up and everything, and it was written on the door with "Don't open, dead inside." He goes, "I'm Walking Dead, you silly willies, silly Billy Willies." Silly Willies. Hey, well, look, we're almost to the goal. What do you know? Oh, that's not a fresh TP. Who's got a fresh TP? I need the freshest. The freshest of TPs. Hey, do you want it? You knew the answer. I said I'd give it to you if you knew the answer, and you knew the answer. Stab. Stab. No hesitation. Ah, small charm. That was PayPal letting me know that I paid you. I paid for that subscription. They're like, "Hey, did you know that you paid for a subscription?" And I'm like, "Yes, I read about it." I did indeed. So many teleport scrolls. Did you guys find level 3 already? Oh, okay. It was right here the whole time. Look at that. I don't play Path of Exile. I played it a long time ago. I didn't really care for it. Diablo 2 has always been my jam. How about you? Did you put Path of Exile aside to play this game? Or have you not played it yet? I mean, that's half the fun, learning what items are rare and what items are not. Getting excited that a rare item drops and then finding out later that it's not rare and being a little disappointed, but then later actually finding a really rare item and your friends being super jealous of you. Like, that's all part of the experience. It's an unknown world, you know. People for a really long time spent a long time exploring all over the cosmos. I say cosmos, but, you know, obviously not cosmos. But all over the world, you know, to just explore and see where things were, you know. It's fun to explore. It's fun to not know. It really is. And it's fun to learn. Teach me your ways. The way of the people of the desert. I shall learn what beetles to eat and where to pitch my tent. A blizzard build? The truth is that it was very nice to hear the Tristram's music again from its original source. I got tired of PoE. I'm gonna be honest, if I give my frankest answer that I can give you on PoE, I just found it to be too complicated. And too complicated for no reason. Like, I felt like it was overly complicated for almost seemingly no reason at all. And that's coming from a person who plays Diablo, and I feel like that's pretty telling because Diablo is a complicated game. I mean, you can spend 20 years playing Diablo and still never really grasp fully like the entire game. Like you can literally play this game for 21 years as I have, and you would still learn things. Just like I learned earlier about the max range pole arm still being able to attack a target that you've knocked back. You know, it's interesting, but like Path of Exile seemed too complicated, like to the point of absurdity, and I don't really know why it needs to be that complicated. And it's prohibitively complicated too, because people go in and they look at it, and they look at this giant tree, and they look at all the pathways that you can go down, and they look at everything that you can do, and then all of a sudden, you know, it dawns on them, hey, this is a little complicated. And I think there probably have been people along the way who simply decided, hey, I don't really want to go down this path because I'm not willing to invest all this time in a new game. I guess would be how you'd put it. I don't know. Diablo is almost deceptively simple on the surface. So like when you first start to play, it seems like this deceptively simple game, and so it draws you in, and when you're in, it shuts the door behind you, and it's like, well, you're addicted now. It's like, but it's simple. I know all the answers. And it's like, no, you don't. And it opens up another door, and that door leads to a more complicated Diablo, and then that one opens up another door, and that one leads to a more complicated Diablo, and that one opens up another door, and that one leads to a more complicated Diablo. And then even when you're like, you've been playing forever, all of a sudden a new door opens, and you're like, what the hell is this? A paladin with a bow? Boulder dash! Boulder dash, I say! And it works, and you're like, oh, okay. Maybe a paladin with a bow is something, I guess. Is that for the recipes? I've never added those in there. I added a lot of things, but I hadn't added those. There is upgrade. Sorry. Upgrade weapon 1. Upgrade weapon 2, upgrade armor 1, etc., etc. But I didn't. I forgot to program the. I forgot to program the crafting recipes. My bad. I forgot. The Herodric Cube is another thing that's deceptively simple, right? It would be one word, so socket weapon, and I typed it wrong. That's terrible. I'm sitting here trying to demonstrate to you the proper jank. Yeah, it's one word. Socket weapon. There's also socket armor. And socket was it shield? I think socket shield is one. Not 100% on that one. I know I wanted to try and make like a list of commands so that you guys would know what to type in, but some of them are really apparent. You know, like if you want to type in a rune word, it's pretty much always just the rune word name or the or like the abbreviation of the rune word. Like breath, I didn't type in Breath of the Dying. I just did exclamation point BOTD or like exclamation point Enigma. But then I did specifically program in some other more complicated things like the upgrade recipes and various things like that. But like every single rune word is in there. Every single one. Stab, 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 stab.
You want to throw up a portal?
Yeah, we were just getting to Far Oasis. We just entered Far Oasis.
Sweet.
Stepping on the scorpions.
Yeah, my Discord ping went up to like 5,000 MS. I was like, what?
Your what?
My Discord ping.
Yeah, mine was wigging out too for a second.
Sounds kind of crazy.
I just closed it and reopened it.
Yeah, that's what I did. I exited the chat and came back in. And... Yeah, I was sitting here talking and I'm like...
I know, same thing.
But yeah, I remember that episode of Walking Dead.
That's right.
I just started rewatching it not too long ago too.
I do that stuff all the time. I'll say some random quote from something, and I'll be like, "Whoever knows the answer."
I got one level, and then I can get my staff.
Wait till I start pulling out some really weird stuff. Y'all have no clue. One of my favorite lines from my favorite video games is probably something nobody knows.
Hit me.
The line goes, "Look at you, hacker, a pathetic creature of meat and bone, running and sweating through my corridors."
I recognize it, but I cannot place it.
My favorite game of all time.
This is yours.
We found it! Yay! Waypoint! I doubt anybody knows, to be honest. Very few people have played that game. It's an old game. It's a very, very good game, but it's an old game. Just like Diablo is an old game. And if I remember correctly, at the time that it launched, it was really buggy and it was difficult to get to work. It's still buggy and it's still difficult to get to work, but it's still an amazing game. I have a full playthrough of it on my channel, actually. If any of you guys are ever interested in watching it, it is, like I said, it's one of my favorite games. Just type in !SS2. I had to program that one in because it was my favorite game. Type in !SS2.
Yeah, now that I actually look at the name, I remember I definitely remember that game.
Well, a lot of people are surprised to find out that System Shock 2 was made by the same person that made BioShock. So the whole BioShock series is made by the same person that made the System Shock series.
Yeah.
So if you were a big fan of the BioShock series, you're probably a big fan of the System Shock series too.
I like the System Shock, but BioShock I cannot get into.
I like the first two. I wasn't too amazed with Infinite. Infinite was a little weird.
Oh hell yeah. Time to have some real fun.
Time to have some fun.
Oh yeah.
I'm scared now.
I got my staff on.
You got your what?
My Lazarus on.
Oh, nice, nice. Did anyone grab that that 3-socket superior flail and put a malice in it? I'm so curious.
Yeah, it's on my weapon right now.
Turn out good? I mean, it was 15%. It was 15% ED. I figured it probably turned out really nice.
I know it's really nice. Besides the -5 health. But It's kind of annoying, but other than that, it's good.
You'll be okay. Just put a replenish life ring on or something.
Exactly.
I'm using this ethereal pike. Been using it the entire time. And it's only just about to break. It's on 3 durability.
Is that the one I dropped earlier?
Oh yeah, it's freaking great. I mean, there's no other use for it other than to use it. It's you literally you can't put it on a merc because it's Amazon only, and obviously that's probably the only use you would actually use it for. So I figured, why not just use it? I'll just beat the crap out of things with it. It will beat the crap out of everything. Stab. Stab, stab, stab. I'm so considering building a Fend Amazon. You don't even know. Like, Fend is one of the worst skills in the game, but ever since I found out about this knockback thing, basically where it knocks the monster back out of range and they can still be hit, it kind of seems like it might work with Fend because of how much damage it does. I guess the trick here would be a rotation. So what you would do is you would probably want to jab to knock them away from you, and then stab. So jab and then impale, and then jab and then impale. And it would probably work. Like, you could literally just keep them at bay, outside of range. Of course, it would only work with versus 1 or 2 targets, so I don't know. My poor weapon's about to crack. 1 durability left. Just save it, put it up on the wall. And then 100 years later, your great-grandson pulls the pike off the wall to defend his household. And he stabs somebody with it, and it immediately breaks. Curse you, Grandpa! What's a good spec for Paladin in Hell? There's 100 different specs you can do for Paladin. I mean, it really depends on what you want to do. If you want to be specifically single target or multi-target. Multi-target would be Hammerdin. Single target would be Vengeance Paladin. Like in between multi and single target, not really want either or, is a Zeal Paladin using Fanaticism. You could also build a Fist of the Heavens Paladin, although that would be a little bit more difficult. I mean, and there's 100 different builds like in between. You can do Smiters. Smiters are really nice. Single target damage. Oh no, my weapon is almost broken. Wait, my weapon literally says it's broken. But I'm still letting me use it. It says 0 durability. It says 0 durability, but I can still use it. Aha! I will keep using it until it literally disintegrates in my hands. Let me warn you that Vengeance is extremely single target. You're going to do lots and lots of damage. You're not going to have any trouble killing anything. But it's
Valley
really
of the Snakes is up here.
It's really just one-on-one.
I'm gonna not use my portal whenever we come out of the next place.
Who's got Valley of the Snakes? A Forge?
Yeah.
Because there is a TT right there at
What, Maggot Lair?
Know what I'm doing.
yeah.
It's still letting me use my Ethereal Spear, and I don't know what's going on. But I'm just going to keep stabbing stuff with it until it
Don't
breaks.
talk about it. You're gonna jinx it.
It's already been jinxed. Small charm! 1 defense, 1 strength. The best a charm can get. Oh, it finally did break. Aww. Now I gotta punch people. Let me go see if I can wield that other, if I can wield that other spear I've got hiding in the stash. Level 27. Oh, I can. I can use the Death Pike. Death Fang. Tell them no thank you. Tell them no. Woo, woo, woo. I am back with a pike. The longest of ranged weapons that had ever ranged.
Level 2.
Watch out for the lightning enchanted monster.
I don't think I have to really worry. With 75 lightning res.
Watch out for him anyway. Because he charges. Yeah, he just charged my merc and killed him in one hit. Rude.
Let there be light.
Rude. Rabbit.
Haha! I'm lacking it.
So ruined.
It is an honor to
Here's a
serve
crystal sword if anybody wants it.
Crystal sword of the crystal nest. It's made of crystal parts.
Crystallized toots. That Lance of you guys kind of nice. I kind of like it. I like it. I like it. I want some more. Alright, so which one are we going into? It's Holy Warrior?
Pros orbs.
I see, I got it. I'm gonna go stab some stuff.
Go ahead and pop through. Pop another one for anybody that.
Oh yeah, this is my amp damage pike. Amp damage pike. Uh-huh, mm-hmm. Haha, stole it. You can have it though. It's kind of, it's not good. You know, it's funny, since I have a really long range weapon, I probably could stand like a second back and I could probably still hit everything just fine. Almost like a Final Fantasy game where you have like the backline warriors that can still attack from the back line.
Yep. I hate this place.
For real.
I'm not really sure it's the place I hate, more so that it is like the people that stand there and like block the areas.
Yeah, at least me. I try to at least walk forward.
Well, what I mean is like you'll be literally playing the game and you'll be like dying and nobody will even be paying attention to the fact you're dying and they'll just stand behind you and get you murdered.
Haha, you're dead.
Exactly, pretty much. See, you know. The desync issues used to make it a lot worse, though.
Oh yeah.
There used to be this whole thing where, like, you would be in front of them, but they would be in front of you, and you couldn't back up, and they couldn't back up, and you were stuck. And then you'd put up a portal, and nobody was where you thought they were. It's like, why is my portal over there? And then you can't click on your portal, because your portal's not near where you're standing. Superior antlers of 15% enhanced defense with no stats.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
I'm loving this.
I have a big spear, and I will poke you. We're high enough to PvP, sir. We are high enough.
I will kill you and take your ear.
I will kill you and take your ear and put it on YouTube. Oh God, I ran out of stamina. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Alright. Are you in front of me or am I in front of you? Okay.
Both.
That's what it seemed like. It seemed like both.
I gotta go back and get my merc.
Somebody dropped a pylum. Let me in.
Not by the hair of your chin chin chin.
Leroy Jenkins.
You never go full Leroy.
The other day, we were literally joking about somebody being Leroy Jenkins. And I don't know if you guys have ever actually watched the Leroy Jenkins video. But he literally, after he Leroy Jenkins the entire group, he goes, "At least I got my chicken." And so we were calling somebody Leroy Jenkins in the stream the other day, and literally while we called him Leroy Jenkins, before we even finished the Jenkins, he said, "What? What's up? I just got my Chick-fil-A." And I was like, "Holy crap! He is Leroy Jenkins. He's got his chicken." He's got his chicken.
At least I got my chicken.
Not gonna lie, I didn't even see that hole.
A ring of energy. We're gonna go shopping for Halloween stuff tomorrow. My girlfriend wants to decorate the yard. I told you guys I'm gonna take a video of my of our Halloween decorations when we get it all set up. Should be fun. Why are your doors made of goo?
I'm not looking forward to next month.
Next month? Why?
My birthday's coming up.
Oh yeah? You're gonna be a whole 5 years old?
30.
I'm 37. So what, sucker? Join the club of 30-year-olds.
Shit, I gotta go.
30 just means you're an adult.
I already am an adult. I have my own apartment.
No. Physically an adult. So your body doesn't stop growing until you're about 30 years old. You get height, you get width, you get brain development. Your brain finally solidifies. You're finished cranial development, all this other stuff. 30 years old is basically when all that stops, and you finally become a fully grown, full-fledged adult of the adult world.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, yeah, it could be that too. I'm trying to kill this guy right here, and he's just multi-shot poopy face. .37 also side tack. That's pretty cool.
Shit, y'all make me feel young. Thank you.
That's right. You were just a youngin' when this game started, man.
I was about 11, 12.
Exactly.
How old or when did this game come out?
Not Diablo 2 came out in 2000,
Oh yeah, I was 1 year old.
and Diablo 1 came out 1996. I started with Diablo 1. I was real young. Diablo 1 was great.
Yeah, my dad, 1 year for my birthday, got me the battle chest of Diablo 2. And it
That's
came with a
right.
copy of 1.
The freaking battle chest. I remember the battle chest. People used to buy those all the time. They'd get banned, or they had like the friends that wanted the game, or whatever it was. They just have like 3 or 4 battle chests just sitting in their house. Mom, take me to the store. I gotta get a battle chest.
Greetings.
My mom used to kick me off the damn internet all the time because back then it was 56K internet, and we were rocking the freaking phone lines, and she'd pick the phone right up. I mean, she would just pick it right up when you were online, and she would just be like boop 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 beep 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 boop boop beep boop, straight up here in the phone doing this. Ding 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 ding. She don't care. She's just dialing that number away. And you hear her like screeching through the house, "Hubby, the phone's not work."
It was a bitch playing on dial-up back in the day.
Oh yeah. Oh no, no teleport. Teleportation.
Oh lord, somebody had a frickin' portal on the other side of the door, and I just immediately portaled back to town. Who the hell did that to me, and what portal was it?
You're welcome.
I can't find the portal to go back through it. Lost City, Maggot Lair.
Here,
Yep.
because no, it'll spawn mine.
You punk.
Mine will be on like the outside edge.
It's like the guy who put the cow portal on top of the stash earlier.
That was me. Why?
I was staring at you through the camera. I hope you felt my icy glaze.
I did. Why? Felt good. Thanks.
Ah! There's so many monsters over here. It's like an endless stream of them. I forget, is there any way to get a concentration aura as a non-paladin? It's been a long time. I'm gonna need concentration to make this build work. Like 100%, most definitely. Pride? What is that on? It's probably expensive, isn't it?
Things want my booty hole.
Cham Sir Io Low. Okay. No, just perfectly reasonable rune word of perfectly reasonableness. Just the most reasonable rune word that ever reasoned. Yeah. I mean, totally. I mean, I'm totally gonna get a Cham Sir and a Low. And I need it, too, to make this build work. Which means I'm probably going to end up making it eventually.
Excuse me.
Kill him. Kill it with fire.
I don't kill things with fire. I kill things with ice.
How many tombs are there, by the way? Is there 8? Or is it 7? Because I was looking at the symbols here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 7 symbols here, right? So right now, it looks like one's missing. I can't figure out which one's missing, though. It almost makes me think you can find it without going into Arcane. Not that you could get to Canyon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe it is 7. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
I've been putting it into warmth right now.
For what? For extra mana?
Yep.
Well, keep in mind that warmth runs off of your maximum mana too, so if you can find any items that boost up your energy or your mana, you'll get more regeneration too. That's why Spire's Lazarus works so good, because it doesn't just boof up your regen, it also gives you that nice plus 15 energy, which brings up your maximum mana as well. There's some nice little juicy elites over here. Boom, 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 boom.
Don't worry, I'm coming.
Stand right in the middle of the road, why don't you?
Listen, there's no paved lines, okay?
If there was, you wouldn't pay attention to him anyway.
Hell no.
You wouldn't even bother. Look at him standing in the road, in the middle of the road. Right in the middle of the road, sorceress. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more.
I can't carry anymore.
Things in the face. With ice.
Need some mace for my face? What? Farah, repair my stick. My sticketh.
Yes, citizen.
Chalan. And I forgot to click on the Arcane Sanctuary waypoint. The smartest world. Are you smarter than a cheese grater? I don't think so.
Imagine knowing what a cheese grater is.
Ooh.
I put a TP on the portal. Well, waypoint, I guess.
Nice little amulet.
Your thumb feels so cramped because of the weird angle. I'd need to only have one knuckle. I have 2 knuckles. Maybe your thumb just doesn't bend properly. Maybe you got one of them non-bending thumbs. Could be. Could just be a non-bending thumb. There's ghosties over here, they hurt. Get away from me, ghosties, you guys are rude. Stab them, stab the ghosts.
I'll shoot them in the face for you.
I don't have any other abilities, stab. I got stabbed harder, I got stabbed longer. I got stabbed more quickly. I got stabbed more aggressively.
I got shoot in the face with ice bullets. right now.
But you also have shooting the ice bolts harder, shoot the ice bolts slower, make them more pointy.
Just shoot them faster.
Just more pointy. You need to make them sharper and more pointy. They need to be the pointiest of ice bolts. I guess let's go with everybody else. And the dog has a nightmare again.
Poopy dog.
The dog, like, doesn't have a nightmare. Never not has a nightmare. Yesterday during my stream, literally, I was just streaming, and all of a sudden a pillow came out of nowhere and hit me in the face. And it was because Bear was on the couch and having a nightmare. And he freaking, just like kicked the pillow straight off the couch in his sleep. Did you guys hear that motorcycle guy go by like 150 miles an hour?
Nope.
It's freaking loud as shit.
Your mic must be a pretty good noise canceling.
Yeah, I set up noise canceling on this thing. I hear the doggo though. Yeah, it doesn't cancel out doggos. I don't know why. I think my noise canceling program is biased.
What do you use?
Oh, inside of OBS, there's a noise canceling filter. You just gotta set it up.
I use Crisp.
Chris?
Crisp.
Ow, he's got so much elemental damage, it burns. It burns!
Oh, y'all found one?
Yep, I'm trying to poke him right now. There, he's poked. Stop burning me, I'm gonna die! You evil fire burnies! Quit it! So hot.
I don't know which way you guys went.
I think somebody put up a TP.
Hello.
I was gonna put up a TP too, hold on. You gotta make sure you read the book. Read the book! Yeah, I put up a TP. And Holy Warrior has a TP up too. I forgot to click on Arcane Waypoint twice, and I'm running all the way back to get it.
I can help you out there. You want to go to town real quick?
Oh, I'm on the way. I'm already on the way, sir. This is a mission. I am on a mission. I'm punishing myself.
Well, the Forge has one right on it.
This is punishment.
I told him, but he didn't listen to me because he doesn't want to listen to me.
I've been punishing myself. That's why.
It's
Punishment.
because I'm a child.
Who's a child?
I'm a child.
Who is a child?
I'm a child.
Oh, you're only 30?
22.
22. You're fine. You're growing. You get to be bigger. Think about it that way. Like, hey, you still get to get like taller and wider, and you get more bones. You get more bones than you have now. There's definitely an increase in the number of bones, or the density of the bones. You get more dense bones and thicker bones and longer bones.
To advise you.
I hope I get a longer bone. Fuck.
It's terrible.
I get my legs. I mean, of course. I mean, I'm really short. That's why.
Well, you still keep growing upward until you're like 25. Then you go outward. You get like a broad chest and broad shoulders and stuff. That happens like between 25 and 30. I looked all this stuff up one time. I'm a nerd. Okay. I'm a nerd. Uh-oh. Here they come with the hydrates. Always with the hydrates. I'm being ambushed.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we're on the same page. But that's 7 right there. So that's 8 now.
I don't even have that much liquid. I mean, I guess there's 7 or 8 in there. I don't know.
There's about 10 there.
We need to hear them gulps, Sonny.
Finally, something that's not hydrates.
Oh, you want to hydrate? Okay.
No, I don't want to hydrate. I'm out of liquid. I'm out of liquid!
Oh, sounds like you need to get a new one.
Out of liquid. They're chasing me, somebody. I'm gonna stab you. I'm gonna stab you. I'm gonna stab you too. Where's the triangle? What is a triangle?
You don't want to farm them?
Try. No, I want to kill Duriel. Let's kill Duriel. Killing Duriel, it's what we do. Gonna kill Duriel while we poo, cause we got Nintendo Switch version. Oh God, that's quite something to open up the door into there. That is a lot of gore bellies. Oh yeah, TP up for the tomb, by the way, sorry. Totally forgot. No, my mercenary! Stop being rude on revelers!
I'm probably a couple levels under, but oh well. It's all good. I'm trying to keep up.
Who is?
Pros.
You level 19? You're in the same group, we're on board. Ooh, close enough.
No, I should probably respec into my hammered in.
Hammered in. He's ridden by here like 6 or 7 times.
To the restroom real quick.
I'm bringing friends. I heard you like friends.
Yep, I like friends.
F is for friends who do things together.
D is for Diablo.
Wait, what?
Oh God, I'm surrounded. I'm surrounded. It's a never-ending stream of zombies and skeletons. Somebody kill the Haradrim. No.
I died.
No, escape, escape. Aha, barely escape. Kept picking up random junk off the ground. Literally 1 health. That's kind of what I'm testing, Lie That You Adore. I'm trying to see if it's still bugged, I guess. I don't know. I'm using a really slow polearm right now, though, so it's kind of not fair. We found a Lycander's Flank, so I figured I was going to use that, and we also found this.
TP is clear now.
Oh. So I thought it would be kind of fun to make one, just for the laughs. Oh, man. I have to get a Zod rune for that thing. Up it and Zod it, it'll be ridiculous defense. I need a Zod rune. Bom 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 bom. Which one was my portal? Jouster, let's go. F is for friends who do things together. P is for Paladin. S is for sorceress who teleports ahead of everybody. That steals,
I actually don't have teleport yet.
and steals all the good loot. G is for Gandalf who steals all the loot for himself by soloing the Bullrog.
I thought G was for ganja.
For what?
Ganja.
Who's Ganja?
You guys didn't hear about the G?
G?
Yeah, you know, G stands for, you know, Ginger Game and Mentor, and if you have Amazon Prime, make sure to use your, you know, free sub on them, because, you know, show them some support.
That's right, free sub. Free sub for me. I have to validate my my gaming habit with my girlfriend. Stab. Stab. Keep on stabbing, don't stop stabbing, keep on stabbing everything. Stabbing, stabbing, lots of stabbing. It's all I know how to do is stab.
And my follower's dead again. Yay.
Yeah, this level, they get left behind really easily because they don't, so like, say you're like level 15 when you get to Act 2, and you can only hire like a level 13 or 14 mercenary, and they're not high enough level to get good EXP here. So they end up not leveling up, and you have to rehire them later at a decent level.
I died by poison. Yay.
Threw up a TP on Forge.
Boom, 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 boom.
Poison stuff. Now I gotta... You know what? I'm just gonna do this the easy way.
Oh, there he is.
Just drop my potions on the ground, then pick them back up.
So many gore bellies. Why are there so many gore bellies? Talvin. Talvin. You got some lightning bolts. The bolts of the lightning. I'll see you back there, Mr. Unraveler. Just die. Do us all a big old favor and lay right down. Ain't nobody suck up mana potions faster than a low-level sorceress, man, I tell you. Like a little hurricane vortex of mana potion sucking.
Me, it's more like, now, it's more like health potions.
Is a Zealer Fanaticism / Holy Freeze a thing for Smiter? The elemental damage on Holy Freeze doesn't apply to Smite, unfortunately. Don't exactly know why that is.
Let's go, let's go.
Real quick.
Yes, it's cold. Fanaticism Zeal is great, and Holy Freeze Zeal is great, but not the combination of the two. Smite and Fanaticism are good together, yes. I'm stabbing him in the butt. I'm trying! Stab harder! Hey, is that a unique ring? Did we get a unique ring? What we get? An eagle ring?
Rip.
Or is it mantled heel?
Raven.
It's not gonna be Raven. What percent? What'd we get?
10 FCR, 9 energy, 19 lightning resist, 7 fire resist, and level 1 bolt, 19 to 22.
Sounds like a good sorceress ring.
This is not good. Will this madness ever end?
This is tough.
Holy Freeze / Zeal with the same character. 20 points into Sacrifice, 20 points into Zeal, 20 points into Holy Freeze, 20 points into Cold, that's 80 points, 20 points into Smite, 20 points into Holy Shield. No, I don't think you would be able to do both. I mean, you could always not build Sacrifice, and then you would lose out on the physical damage from Sacrifice. I don't know. I mean, you need the attack rating from max Zeal to make Zeal worth it. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to hit anything. Smite doesn't need attack rating, so it's kind of like a bad combo. I don't know. It's kind of an odd mix.
You have done well.
You have done very well.
You have done very well, sir. Not well, very well. Don't leave out the very, okay? I mean, you can try and make it work, but, I don't know.
Not gonna lie, I hate Act 3.
Hate is such a strong word.
Hey,
I mean, do you hate farming Mephisto?
yes.
Do you hate clicking on chests and getting
Yes.
loot? Do you hate killing the
Yes.
Travancore Council? Do you hate your mom? You were saying yes to everything. I was trying to see if I could trick you.
I see what you did there.
That's right. That's right. I mean, you could do a Zealer slash Smiter. Like max Zeal, max Smite, Holy Shield, Fanaticism. That works out really well. Because you're going to build Holy Shield as a Zealer anyway. You're going to build Fanaticism as a Smiter anyway. Kind of works back and forth. It's very synergistic.
Greetings.
Some things work really well together. Some things don't. All right, guys and gals. I'm gonna get up. I'm probably gonna get up early tomorrow and actually go out and shop for frickin' Halloween crap tomorrow. So, and apparently we're going to get a snail. I have no idea what that's about. Apparently Woogie wants a pet snail.
Venice?
So I will see you guys again. We did pretty good. We got to Act 3. We got to level 21. That's more than a good start for most characters. You should be able to put some actual real equipment on your characters now, as opposed to junk.
Like, ooh, look at this +1 maximum damage ring.
Yeah, me, I don't have much.
I don't got much. Sounds like the beginning of a country song. I already have a Millibragas. I'm a dual wield.
Alright, boys, later.
Gonna dual wield Millibragas.
Come on.
Alright, guys and gals. Until next time. Oh, look at my freaking my Amazon looking all beast with her pike and her freaking gothic blade. Hell yeah. She looking sexy. See ya.
Have a good one.